5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Back on the Wild Things Baseball Network to put a bow on this middle game of the series for you. It is a win for Washington. They hang on. I wouldn't call it by the skin of their teeth, but they hang on after leading 6-0 and seeing that cut to 6-4 in a well-pitched ball game, I think, for the most part on the Washington side. So it's Washington coming away with a 6-4 victory tonight. Let's go through the scoring. Washington broke open the scoring in the top of the first inning. Wagner-Lagrange singled home a pair of runs. It brought home Eddie Hakopian and Ben Watson, who had reached on a single and a sacrifice bunt that went for an error that allowed Watson to reach. Caulfield was on base as well at the time. He had singled to extend his on-base streak. And the first inning ended up with 3 hits tonight. 2-0 Washington after a half inning. They would add 3 in the top of the second to make it 5-0. Tommy Caulfield, 2 more RBI in this series, made it 4-0 with his 2-run single. And Wagner-Lagrange hit an RBI double to make it 5-0. That plated Ben Watson. The single scored Kyle Edwards and Eddie Hakopian, who had 4 hits tonight, by the way. He won't get maybe too much pub tonight, but he did have 4 hits and then fouled out on a sacrifice bunt attempt. In the third, Washington scored another run, its final run of the game, as it turned out, on a Kyle Edwards single that scored Jeff LaCourte, who had been hit by a pitch to start the inning. And he would come around to score. Edwards would knock him home, and that made it 6-0 Washington. Lake Erie scored its first 2 runs of the game on back-to-back hits to start the fourth inning, all singles, 3 of them on the first pitch of the plate appearance. The RBI single by Jaden Quinn made it 6-1. And then a ground out by Kenan Irizarry later made it 6-2. Lake Erie would add 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th, also against Zach Kirby. A double by Jared Watkins, followed a triple by Sebastian Alexander, made it 6-3. And then an RBI single by Dario Gomez chased Kirby from the game. He would end up allowing 4 runs, all earned with 4 strikeouts, a walk, and 8 hits, and 6 1/3 for his win. He is now 5-4. Darian Reagan suffers the loss today. He is also 5-4 on the season now. He had 5 2/3 of 11 hit balls, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. The bullpen did not allow a run on either side. For Washington, Sebastian Rodriguez finished the 7th inning with a pair of strikeouts. Hector Garcia worked a 1-2-3 8th inning with a strikeout, and Andrew Herbert worked a 9th inning that saw 2 base runners reach, including the tying run. The winning run came to the plate, but Sam Franco's bounce out the third ended the ball game and handed Andrew Herbert his 10th save of the season. The final line totals in this game for the Wild Things, it is 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors. 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors, and Washington leaves a grand total of 10 on base. For Lake Erie, it's 4 runs on 9 hits, 4 errors, and 7 left aboard. The winner, Kirby, 5-4. The loser, Reagan's 5-4. The save, Herbert, is 10th. Time of the game, 2 hours and 44 minutes. Announced attendance and crowd here at Crushers Stadium, 2,817 on this Saturday evening here in Avon, Ohio. Lake Erie with a loss falls to 40-29. Washington is 40-31. Now 1 game back of the Lake Erie Crushers entering the series finale tomorrow, which takes place at 1:05 p.m. Left-hander Kobe Foster for Washington, 3-1, a 249 earned run average, will oppose right-hander Ethan Smith, who is 5-4 with a 4.52 ERA on the season. We'll be back tomorrow morning, early afternoon, with that from Avon, Ohio at Crushers Stadium. For now, Kyle Dawson thanking all of you for tuning in tonight, whether for one pitch or for the entirety of the ball game. We appreciate your tuning in either way. And we'll be back for the series finale tomorrow. Washington looking for what could be a massive sweep of the Lake Erie Crushers tomorrow, which will only be Washington's 3rd sweep of the year, but man, could they really use it tomorrow at 1:05 here in Avon. We're back with more then on the Wild Things Baseball Network. Okay, bye. 1-1 pitch to Lagrange, rolled through the left side base hit. Wild Things are on the board. Hakopian scores. Watson coming in to score as the throw trickles in late. It's a 2-run signal for Lagrange. Looked like the Kirby of old as he gets the fastball to ride up the ladder on Gonzalez, who chased it upstairs for out number 2. The first strikeout for Kirby is the second out of the first inning, and they'll bring in Scout Knotts. He's pretty good at the back end of the rotation. Ground ball, right side base hit for Caulfield. Edwards in to score. Hakopian being waved around as the throw comes in is cut off. He'll score easily. It's a 2-run single for Caulfield. A couple more RBI for him in this series. He's now got 6 in the set, and we're only in the second inning of Game 2. Now Lagrange bends it through the right side for a single. Caulfield had to duck out of the way. It still trickles its way into the corner, and Tommy will be held at third. Lagrange has himself an RBI double, and it is 5-0 Washington. Bergen ended with losses in 5 of 6. 2-2 to Quinn, called strike 3. Outer edge, and Kirby has his second strikeout. Over. Now a payoff to Edwards, lined out toward left center field. That's a base hit. McCory going to be waved around third. Throw from Alexander is a pretty good one, but tips off the cutoff glove and trickles to the pitch clock along the Washington dugout. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch from Kirby to Alexander on the way, and he drops it in there for a called strike 3. That's 3 for Kirby after drawing a walk. Here's the 0-2 to Franco. He swings and misses. He is going to be out. Pitch home. Franco takes a called strike 3. Big pitch from Rodriguez for out number 2. First, Rodriguez's pitch home. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Rodriguez punches out both hitters to get himself and Kirby out of the inning. And the Crushers have made the game's 3 errors. Called strike 3, outer edge. Garcia sets down Quinn on strikes. He kicks and deals, and a swing and a ground ball to third. Caulfield will gobble it up. He'll toss across to first base in time, and the Wild Things take this series.